welcome to Cooking with Ava. Today we're not cooking, but we are doing house touring. And like in the last video, we talked about the student accommodation in Vaasa. Today we're looking at private housing, studying in Finland. Yes, and if you're coming here and you're looking out for housing options, yes, you can check the description button for where to find houses on the private market. And then most importantly, you can watch this video to the end for more tips and see how the houses actually look. So we're going to start off with private housing. So this is a row house, yes, and this, sorry for the orientation, but usually when you enter in, there's a space for like jackets and space. This was like a 79-meter cube kind of house, so that has quite space. And when you enter, there's a kitchen in as well. So like I said, over here in Finland, I keep mentioning, one good thing is that the kitchen always comes in with refrigerators and an oven for baking and for cooking as well. If you are fortunate, you'd have a dishwasher in the kitchen as well. So usually if there's a dishwasher and all those things, depending on the facilities in there, it will determine the price of the apartment. But usually they have very functional kitchens with good lights in all the good places for your cooking as you're actually doing that. And you'd have spaces for your spices usually on top of your burner, and your fridges are functional. Yes, so this one has the fridge and the freezer and all those things, which is good in there as well. But they won't come with plates and stuff, so please get your own stuff. And you'd always have bins in there, which are always good for segregation. So over here, waste is segregated, and most of the bins in there actually come like that. Then you have so this one had the lockers, a lot of lockers in for keeping your extra stuff in the hallway. Yes, depending on the type of accommodation, some come with more lockers, some doesn't come. And then there's the space for the living area, which is the hall. So this is a 3H apartment, which is like a 3-room apartment, 2 bedrooms and a hall, which we call in some parts of the world. So the whole area is usually big, a living area, but there's no furniture or anything. You'd have to furnish it yourself. Some would come with the internet already there with the router. If it doesn't come with the router, you would have to get the router and then connect it, because most of the houses or apartments have internet in there. You just need a router to be able to share that internet. And this one had 2 washrooms. So one was for maybe if you have guests or something, and then the main bathroom, which has the bathroom, it has a sink for, and then the WC, and there's always space for washing machine. So if you want to buy your own washing machine, you'd have to get it. For private accommodation, usually you have to get your own washing machine. Washing machine, you can buy it new, or you can buy on Facebook Market for an older one, or you can just check in the second-hand shops as well if you'd want to get any of those. But it's not really hard to finish. And some would come in with sauna as well. Sauna is something which is very part of Finnish culture here, and it's very relaxing, and I think it helps you a lot. Like, you can check my sauna video, yes, how to do sauna, and do it right here. So the different types of sauna, some use wool, some use the bricks, most of them these days use just electricity in there as well. So this comes in with a sauna. If you don't want a sauna, you can choose an apartment without a sauna as well, because they all go into the pricing of the apartment as well. So once we are done with the bathroom, let's go to the main bedrooms for you to have a look at how the bedrooms actually look like. So this, like I said, you'd have to get your own beds. Usually you can buy beds new. There's IKEA, there's quite a lot of options for you to buy beds. And you can also check Facebook Market if you want a second hand, or you can go to the QPs or the second hand shops, which you can also get very good beds at very good prices as well. If you want to buy a new mattress, you can just buy an old bed and put a mattress in. Anything you want to do to depend on your budget or what you actually have in there, then you can actually choose that. The private apartment, usually some of them may not come with lights in the rooms and stuff. You see it from the next one, so you would have to do those things in there as well. And so this is the flat type. Yes, there are lots of flat here. Yes, and then you also have the story building kind of houses, but they are virtually like the row house we saw. So inside your flat, when you get into the flat, usually this one has a double door, Yes, that's one thing about Finland. Some of the accommodations come with a double door. Yes, that keeps the place warm, especially during the cold weather. And once you are in your double door, there's a hanging rack for your jackets and your cold stuff, because in winter you use a lot of clothes. And then there's a shoe rack in there. Some you'd get, some you won't get. So it's not every apartment that you should be expecting that in there. Then there are a lot of locker spaces for your stuff and a mirror, yes, to see what you look like. And then this goes into one bedroom. Um, there's a locker room that goes into one bedroom at this side, and then there's another bedroom. So this is a two-bedroom apartment with a hall, which is a 3H apartment. So that also goes in, and these are the bedrooms. There you can see they have no furnishing, nothing in there. You would have to finish it. Usually for the private apartments, they come unfinished, because if it's finished, it's going to be very expensive. And most people have their own taste of finishing. And even with lights, yes, that's one thing. You'd have to get your own lights and fix it there. The sockets are there, but you would have to buy the lamp frames and then the bulbs you want to use, because everyone has their own taste and preference. And that is a cost they would usually leave for you as well. So this is the other bedroom, which also has its own walk-in closet for your clothes, shoes, and stuff. And then the main bedroom space. There was no light, yes. And then the bathroom, that's one of my favorite places. The bathroom also comes without the washing machine, but then the linkage and everything you need is actually there. And then the bathroom comes with the drying stuff for your clothes, like your towels, yes. And then there's a locker for the extra things you need to keep in there as well. And it depends on the type of apartment. Usually for private apartments, like I said, you can check the link in the description for the sites to actually find them here. And then when you find them, you can actually go in to look at it, have a first sight view of it. The first day I moved into this apartment, it was snow, and yes, it's a beautiful part. And there's a veranda or porch. I've forgotten how to put it in English, but it's very helpful in there. So yes, we went to Prisma, and thank you very much to Chris and the family here, Tim's and Co, like Ben and everyone. So I've been very blessed in Finland here. Like they really helped me settle. And I remember when I came, yes, Chris had to help me get some lights from Prisma. Then we had to actually fix all the lights in the spaces. So in the kitchen, in the bedrooms, like I said, those ones they don't come with any light. So you'd usually have to get your own lamp holders and then light you want to really use in there as well. So we fixed this the day of moving to the apartment, which was very helpful in there. So that's one thing you need to know about the private accommodation. But like I said, you can actually look at these before you go in as well. So we my godfather here, yes, he was also very helpful to me. Like Mr. Banks, he's been like a blessing to me here in Finland as well. And yes, when I moved into the apartment, it came with a fridge, it came with the oven, but like I said, it didn't come with the furniture and all those ones. So you would have to actually get those things yourself. You would have to buy them for yourself, curtains and all those things. Most of the apartments come with blinds, but you still need some curtains, because if you open the blinds for light, it's very visible outside. What I like about this apartment is the thermometers at the outside, so you can see what the weather is out there. So I got this beautiful couch like this from the second-hand shop, which was way cheaper and way better. The carpet I got them from my godfather here and all those ones. So yes, and one thing I love about here is it's a community. Like I really appreciate the support I got in putting the space together up, like to furnishing it. And like I said, I got the chair from the second-hand shop. The day I went into it and I saw it, I was like, whoa, this second-hand chair is going with me into the apartment. So this is fast forward month by month. You just do little by little, and let's see how this is looking now. Yes, like I said, it comes with a double door, which is very secured, and your post and mails will be passing in there. For the apartment, you don't put it together; it comes into your house or your room for the deliveries, and it has the lockers and all those things. So security is a pro max thing here. And yes, there's a fuse box up there. I placed my Easter stamp and I got over there. Then the racks are also there for your shoes. And honestly, if you're going for this kind of apartment, this is helpful. Like mine, like this is a shared apartment, so we're actually two sharing the space, which is like better. Yes, so it depends on you. If you don't get the student accommodation, you can actually go for a private, and you choose what type you want. Whether you want to go for a studio, you want to go for a 2H, which is like one room with a hall. That means that it's like a studio or something, like you being everything. Or whether you want to go for a 3H, which is a two-bedroomed, which you can share with someone, and that reduces your cost as well. So you just fill up the spaces with what you actually want. Don't overcrowd. That is very, very much important. And like I said, it's been a journey. Like every day you do something little. Remember when we came, there was no light there. We had to get the light in there. There was no curtains. We had to get the curtains as well. And like I said, like the secondhand shops, they also have now, most of them have this like Combolina, they have this how do you call it? Space where they have new stuff. So like curtains and those ones, you can actually buy new sets, like very good ones from their shops. They have, I've forgotten the name for that section, whether it's the outlet or something. I've forgotten the name for that section. And the outside or the terrace part actually helps you see nature outside and what is happening. And there's a little thermometer at that corner, so you can actually see whatever the temperature is. You can have some chairs, some greens, and all those things in there as well. It is your space. You do the things bit by bit in there. And yes, this is like the space right now. Yes, you can get your bed. Like I said, you can buy new ones, used IKEA. They all sell beds and all those things. A lot of shops you can actually get new beds from, or you can buy secondhand beds from the secondhand shop like Kirpi's, Combolina. You can also get your beds from Facebook Market. Yes, you can actually buy those from there as well. Then your locker room, you can actually, yes, get you most of your stuff. You should watch the things you should pack when you're coming to Finland video. Yes, that's one video. I think it will be very helpful for you if you're watching this video here. That is one special content I have as well for those who are moving in. That helps you a lot. When it comes to the sofa chairs, the cushion and all those things, I bought a lot of them as well from the secondhand shop, which actually saves you a lot of cost. So you can actually have a very decent space without spending so much. For my vacuum cleaner and those ones, like my electrical stuff, I bought most of them from Power. Yes, and you can buy your iron too from Power, or you can even get them from Biltema. Biltema has good ironing boards and all those stuff. Most of my kitchen stuff, like I get them from Biltema, which is also helpful. This is not a paid video, so I'm just giving you hints as to where to get most of your stuff. So this table and chair, it was a donation from my friends. Yes, so yes, a support system always helps. That's a reality. And I remember this bedspreads like this was for my sister as well. Those were also very helpful. So yes, these are like some of the realities here. If you're going into the private accommodation, one thing you need to know is what size are you looking out for? What amenities do you want inside there? Because the size of the space matters a lot, and the amenities in there also matters a lot. And for the bathroom, like I said, it won't come with a washing machine, so you would have to get your washing machine. You can buy it new. There are lots of electrical shops here, or you can actually buy a second-hand one, which you can actually get as well. So Facebook Market is also a lifesaver here, which helps you get some of the things. But if you're buying from Facebook Market and things, most of them you won't get delivery. You would have to get someone with a car which can take a trailer, then you can put it onto it. Or if it's from the second-hand shop like Kirpis like this, they have this delivery something where you pay extra and then they deliver it to your house. Yes, so those are some of the arrangements you may have to make for these items as well. Then when it comes to the kitchen, yes, you can buy your tables and chairs, like I said, new in the store, or you can go for the second hand options, which are also like way cheaper. Your floor racks and things, you can buy them from wherever you'd want to get them. But for electricals, I would always recommend Power because I've used most of their stuff, which kind of works for me. Yes, like I said, the fridge would come from it would be part of the apartment. Microwave is not part, but for your fridge, your burner with the oven, it would come in. Your segregated beans would also come in as well. And for me, my favorite part of the house is always a kitchen, as you know. Yes, it's cooking with Abba, so kitchen is always like my topmost priority. I love a kitchen which is functional, which also has good amount of space. Yes, so I had to get the microwave myself, but then the dishwasher actually came with the apartment as well. So that's one thing you need to note in there. For the oven, yes, it came with some racks and then the baking pans. And then for the cake pans and things, I had to buy myself. And it always has this extractor for when you're cooking. And then there's always space for your spices. So I make my own spices and I keep that in there. And usually the racks has a board, but I like to have my own chopping board because I like to do my chopping outside the drawer. And that makes it cleaner as well. Then for the utensils and stuff, you would have to get it. Don't expect to get plates, knives, and all those things. You'd have to buy that yourself. I just love the view to the outside. Every apartment always has a play area. So there's a playground just in the middle of the apartment block. And then we also have the sauna. We also have a laundry room. And those are like the very shared stuff we have here. Now, most of the apartments would also have storage spaces. Yes, that's one good thing about the apartment. I think the student apartments also has extra storage spaces, but for private accommodation, usually there are extra storage spaces. If you live in a row house, you may have a mailbox which you'd have a key to. But if you're living in a flat apartment like mine, your mails will come through your door. They'll come directly to you as well. So those are the things to note. And there's not every door which is double in there. Sometimes people lie online that all the finished apartments have double doors. Please, it's not everywhere that there's double doors. Some of them is just single door. But then over here, please never forget your most important thing to your housing is never forget your key. If you leave your key inside, you are doomed because once you go out, you can't come in. And then if your key gets missing, you pay a lot for a single key. A single key can go for like 100 euros something. So please, you never want to lose out your key. Your key is your most important thing, not your phone. So never step anywhere without your key. I keep my key in my jacket so that whenever I move, I don't have any issue. So if you did enjoy this video, please do like, do subscribe, do share. We have a lot of content, educative content, informative content as well for you. If you have any other questions, don't forget to leave that in the comment section and we'll do well to respond to it for you. So I see you in our next video on what to pack for your travel and how to pack. Do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of love from my team and I. Mwah.